My name is Brian, and I'll be talking about total institution and resocialization. So, what is total institution? According to Irving Goffman, it is a closed system in which life is organized by strict rules and typically consists of two groups of people, which are the managers and a managed. Some examples include prison, the military, and the asylums. Each of these places have a higher up ordering you around and telling you what to do. Wardens being the managers and prisoners being the managed, military having a drill instructor as a manager, and recruits being the managed. So now, resocialization, which is the process of learning new values and norms of a given society. Prison is also a great example of resocialization. So say a person goes to jail, right? The person will have to follow the prison's protocol and follow their schedule. They wouldn't have freedom anymore like they did in the outside world. So here's a short clip from the movie Shawshank Redemption that shows us a total institution and resocialization in effect.
I just don't understand what happened in there, that's all. Old man's crazy as a rat in a tin shithouse is what.
Oh, hey, well, that's enough out of you.
I already had you shitting in your pants.
Fuck you. Won't you knock it off? Brooks ain't no bug. It's just institutionalized.
Institutionalized my ass.
The man's been in here 50 years, Hayward. 50 years. This is all he knows. In here, he's an important man. He's an educated man. Outside, he's nothing. Just a used-up con with arthritis in both hands. Probably couldn't get a library card if he tried. You know what I'm trying to say?
Red, I do believe you're talking out of your ass.
You believe whatever you want, Floyd. But I'm telling you, these walls are funny. First you hate them, then you get used to them. Enough time passes, you get so you depend on them. That's institutionalized.
Shit. You can never get like that.
Oh, yeah? Say that when you've been here as long as Brooks has.
Goddamn right. They send you here for life. That's exactly what they take. Part that counts, anyway.
One very important word to remember before starting is industrialization. In sociology, this word refers to the process in which certain values, concepts, or behaviors are integrated into a society, a social system, or an organization. These practices can affect people by changing the ways they behave and by creating a dependence on the institutions in order to survive. In terms of behaviorism, total institutions can lead the person or people to either change positively, negatively, or in a very minor way. A total institution in which this effect can be seen is in prison. In some cases, the inmates experience little to no change while in the institution. This is probably due to the fact that their experiences were impactful enough to change them, or they were determined to resist any change while in the institution. One great example of these effects occurring can be seen in Orange is the New Black. In this show, the main protagonist, Piper Chapman, experiences firsthand the cruel reality of prison and how all types of people are affected by their circumstances and experiences. On the topic of socialization, George Herbert Mead notes how despite society having demands that can limit our options, we as beings have the ability to bring change to society while acting on it with acceptance. This is due to the fact that society acknowledges the human want to evaluate, criticize, and ultimately choose and change despite there being rules set into place. Therefore, although we appear to be like puppets on the outside, we have the free will to yank on our strings and break free, as Peter Alberger claims. Introduced by Dorothy and William Isaac Thomas, the Thomas theorem states that situations that are defined as real are real in their consequences. This simply means that our perceptions and beliefs can shape our actions, and the overall outcome of the situation. An example of this would be if a company has reason to believe that a certain department is working more efficiently than others. Because of this, they choose to provide more funding and resources in order to further develop the department. In turn, the department begins performing better and generating more profit.
Before we get into the examples, I would like to break down the word ethnomethodology. Ethno means a specific social cultural group. Method means the practices this group uses in its day-to-day activities, while ology means the structured analysis and explanation of these methods/practices. Ethnomethodology is using everyday conversation and gestures to construct a common sense view of the world. For example, imagine a casual conversation between you and your friends at a coffee shop. An ethnomethodologist might observe how the friends take turns speaking, how they use pauses, and how they respond to each other's jokes and stories. One might observe in this story how one friend might lean forward when they want to speak, signaling their desire to contribute to the conversation. This nonverbal cue helps manage the flow of the conversation. Another could be how one friend accidentally interrupts the other. They might quickly say, "Sorry, go ahead," demonstrating an understanding of social norms around politeness and turn-taking. Moving on to William Graham Sumner, he developed the concepts of in-group and out-group. He observed that people prefer their group over the opposing group, such as the out-group. What are the out-group and the in-group? The in-group is a social group in which a member feels trust, respect, and loyalty, while the out-group is a social group towards which a person feels a sense of competition and opposition. In-group and out-group are based on the idea that we have traits that they lack, or they don't have. The textbook refers to an example that some white people in the United States view people of color as an out-group because they have different color skin than them. Another example could be a religious community. Because they have the same beliefs in this situation, the out-group would be non-believers or individuals who do not agree with their religious views.